Hi, and welcome back to my fashion studio. Today's tutorials, we're talking about seam finishes and how they're used in the apparel industry. The next one that we're going to be learning is the lapped seam. This is not a very common seam finish that's used. It's more for decorative seam finishes and some like cool additions to your garment. So I'm going to show you how to use it. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your two pieces of material, which I have cut here, and you're going to put your right sides together. And then you're going to flip over your material to the 5/8. We're going to kind of eyeball it, and then we'll get our pins over here and do just like a quick measure to see if we're about at our 5/8. A little over, so I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, and I'm going to put a quick pin in it to hold it down. And your 5/8 fold over here. And I'll give you a closer look so you can see what I've done. So here you have your right sides together, and I folded it over on itself. So if you look at the underneath side, both edges are together. It's just this top that is folded over. We're going to take it over to the ironing board. We're going to give it a quick hit of some steam to press that down just a little bit. Get it all folded over. Just hold it down. Then we're going to come to our machine and we're going to stitch it. So we'll just kind of look here and make sure we know where it is. So the seam allowance is together underneath, and we have that being held down, and I'm going to stitch it right here at 1/4 inch, right on the top. So you'll want, if you don't want that stitch line to show, you're going to use a same color thread, but I'm going to use this contrasting white so that you can see it. And we're going to stitch at our 1/4 inch. I'm going to hold it to make sure it stays flat. And I'm following my presser foot edge against the edge here, which is my 1/4 inch. So now we're going to pull this off and take a look at it. So you can see here on the right side, this is the right side, the outside of the garment. It's created this cool little lap. So just a little decorative, fun edge that's a lap edge. So this, once again, is the right side of the fabric. If you look at the wrong side, you will see your seam allowance is sitting here, and that is your top stitch side. I'm going to take my seam allowance, and I'm going to fold it back so I have just my seam allowance, and I'm going to come over to my overlock machine or my serger, and I'm going to put it underneath, and we're going to serge that edge so it'll be clean underneath. Okay, we'll bring it back over so you can get a good look at it. On the back side, you can see that it has this nice overlock clean look, and if you flipped it up, it's just the seam. This is your actual seam line that you created from the front. So from the front, you can't tell anything that the overlock is on the back or anything, and here is your decorative little piece. You can do all kinds of fun things with it, or just leave a little lapped edge. So this is called your lapped seam. In the industry, like I said, it's being used for decorative stitches, something fun. So that is it for the industrial seam finishes for today. And what I'm going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to put together how you put a book together of all of these techniques. So thanks for being with us today.